And now, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for spending time with us here. We greatly appreciate everybody that's calling the hotline and listing their properties with us, supporting our show partners. Greatly appreciate that. We've seen an uptick in calls lately, so keep them coming. We really appreciate it. Brandon Rimes here. I'm your host. We got Andrew Kube joining us in studio, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital, and he's online at uscbcapital.com. Andrew, give us a little teaser of what we're going to talk about today.
So, yeah, first off, I just wanted to thank you, Brandon, for having me on the show. I wanted to talk about a little bit more about what we do as a business and how we can help you guys out there and how Brandon can help you out there. Yeah, awesome. Commercial business loans.
We'll dive deep into that. Also, Jennie Restrepo in studio with us as well, Insured Title Agency, insured-title.com. We'll talk with her as well about the real estate industry, the prospects for 2026. I think it's going to be a great year next year. We'll talk a little bit about that. I also got a clip I want to play as well, kind of talking about the big, beautiful bill. A lot of the items in that bill have not taken effect yet. Some have, a lot haven't, and in January they're going to see that. So that's going to be awesome to see that kind of trickle down through the economy and all that good stuff. Also, Dell funded Trump accounts. Big news. Michael and Susan Dell, $6 billion plus gift to kids. Then you also combine that with the U.S. government giving $1,000 to kids for babies born during 2025 to 2028. Really good momentum there for those kids, those young folks. So that'll be awesome. So we'll jump into that as well. As you know, my wife Lindsay and I own a top real estate team here in Tampa Bay, and we like to help our sellers sell faster for more money with less headaches. We maximize the exposure and the profit on the sale of our real estate listings. You know, our highest duty for our sellers is to get them maximum exposure, which leads to a maximum profit and also a shorter marketing period. We're broadcasting our listings down the entire Gulf Coast of Florida, 860 The Answer, 93.7 FM, 102.5 The Bone. Of course, Internet Strategies followed behind that as well. Let's take a look at a new listing that we've got. This one's at 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. $1 million listing from the Platinum MVP team. This is a 3.3, 1922 square foot elevated stilt home that sits at the end of a quiet street on a large waterfront lot. It's nestled on a canal on the Alafaya River, direct access to the Gulf. You have a great opportunity to bring your boat, bring your jet skis, and this is perfect for that boater, that fisherman. You have a 50-year galvanized standing seam metal roof, hurricane shutters, and it's fully solar powered as well with updated panels in 2023. So bring your boat, bring your jet skis, enjoy that Florida lifestyle to the fullest at 9914 Ala Vista Drive, Gibsonton, Florida. Beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team. Let's take a look at some land here. We also have 5026 Mueller's Lane, Safety Harbor. Mueller's Lane and Safety Harbor, right minutes to downtown. You could walk to downtown Safety Harbor there. You're minutes from Felipe Park. 3/4 of an acre lot to build your dream home in the heart of Tampa Bay, the heart of Pinellas County, Safety Harbor, one of the best kept little secrets in all of Tampa Bay. Bishop Creek Estates, sparkling Gulf waters just a short drive away, 9 miles to Honeymoon Island. 5026 Mueller's Lane, Safety Harbor, Florida. Beautiful property, great opportunity to own real estate, buy some dirt, and build your dream home right here in beautiful Tampa Bay.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
Yeah, you can see all of our listings, platinummvpteam.kw.com. You can see all of our radio, TV show experts at consumerqb.com. All right, Andrew Kube, welcome back in, sir. Tell us a little bit, too. I think one of the key topics, the key points I hear a lot that I take away from when we speak is that a lot of people don't realize, business owners specifically, the amount of money that the U.S. government, the SBA, has set aside for business owners out there.
Yeah, so whether you're starting a business, buying a business, growing your existing business, or looking to franchise, the government, through the SBA, has set aside $5 million for each business. Now, it used to be each person, but now if you have you can do it for multiple businesses. So you have $5 million per business. And, just like the other listing that you showed earlier about the bar that you had listed, the bar.
Yeah.
And that was in Palm. Where was that located?
Finish Line Saloon, Plant City.
Plant City. So if you're a bar owner that's in that area, current bar owner, and maybe you're leasing your property right now, and maybe your lease is coming up or you're on a month-to-month lease, you can basically potentially buy that property for no money down through an SBA program we have called the Rent Replacement Program.
Yeah.
And it's designed for business owners who are currently leasing. They can buy commercial real estate. So if you're getting ready to come off a lease, that might be a potential property for you to buy, and now you can own something. And the goal eventually is to leave it to family or to sell the business, right? That should be every business owner's goal. But only 20% of all business owners actually end up selling their business. Usually they 80% retire. When they retire, they basically shut their business down. So by owning that real estate, it's very important.
Yeah. Yeah, they're leaving it. Think about it. You work 20, 30 years in a business. Your kids may not want to take it over, and you don't plan properly. So you're just leaving all that goodwill, that going concern, all that equity on the table, all of the buyer, customer or buyer, I think ingress and egress, right? Hey, they're used to coming down this road. It's on their way home. They're going to pull in and buy your widgets. You're leaving all that on the table just by not having it all in place, and owning the property is a key element of that.
Yeah, and even if you're starting a business, people think that they have to lease when they start a business. But it's a great time to buy property with your business, because I'll give you an example. Let's say you found a property to buy for $600,000, and you need $200,000 in cash to run the business. Now we're at $800,000. In that situation, you put down 10%, which is $80,000, but you'd walk away with $200,000.
Yeah.
So, and if you're leasing space currently, we can count your rent payments into your net profit to potentially help you buy commercial real estate for your business for no money down and walk away with cash to help you grow the business.
Wow, that's amazing.
And so what I do is I work with businesses to help them reach their vision. Whatever their vision is, that's what for their business, that's what we focus on, and we help them get money, all of it right at once, or sometimes, over a couple-year period.
Yeah, I love that, Andrew. We're talking with Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, residential, commercial realtor. We sell businesses. We sell land as well. And, Andrew, can you walk us through a scenario or maybe a recent success story where you can kind of paint the picture, where you're talking about, that they're able to get money back, they're able to put money into new equipment, et cetera. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so an example that I like to give, we had a dentist a couple years ago. It's a perfect example. We have, we help out business owners every month, but this is the example I always give. That was leasing property, and he had paid out about $100,000 over the past 5 years. So he'd spent out over $1 million to somebody else's mortgage, and he realized that it made more sense if he wanted to sell his business one day that he needed to start owning property.
Yep.
And so we were able to help him buy a property for no money down for about $1.5 million, and he was able to walk away with $200,000 in cash and $100,000 in new equipment.
Wow.
And so he did a loan for $1.8 million for no money down. Well, he calls me back 8 months later and goes, Andrew, I'd like to do that no money down loan again. And I said, well, you already own the real estate now, so it's going to be 10% down. He said, well, can I still get the $300,000 I'm going to need for the new location? So he found a property for $1 million. We did a loan for 1.3, put $130,000 down, and he came back with $300,000. So he walked away with more than he started. He said, I'll call you back in 8 months. I'll be ready to do it again. So what we'll do is we'll keep on going until he hits the $5 million.
Yeah.
And then at that point, I have banking relationships with probably about 50 banks in Florida where I'm direct to the vice president of the commercial loan department.
Yep.
To where, we'll be able to find him, the cheapest money after that. So
yeah.
That's what we do as a company. We help the business owners and real estate investors find the cheapest money for their projects, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes saving them hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest, because they go to their bank and their bank's giving them 6.75, But I have a banker over here that's giving them 5.75 on a $2 million loan, $3 million loan.
Yep.
That's a lot of money in interest.
Yeah, big time.
So that's what we really focus on, is helping people get the best deal.
I love that. So if you're a business owner, you know someone in the family, you have a friend that's a business owner, and you're thinking, this sounds a little bit too good to be true. I mean, we're talking about a $1.5 million purchase, getting $300,000 back at closing, 100% financing. Give us a call. We'd love to put you in touch with Andrew. And worst case scenario, you come out with some new ideas, you come out with a new relationship, a friendship there, and then maybe it's not now, maybe it's 6 months or a year down the road. You want to have these conversations now. Call the hotline. We'd love to talk to you at 813-917-1894. If you're making any moves in residential, commercial real estate, you're looking to maybe refinance a property, reach out, 813-917-1894. We'd love to give you some advice there and take a look at your scenario. And then, Andrew, talk a little bit about the difference, too, between you, because, one of my pet peeves here in America is that a lot of times when these bad businessmen and women, they do the wrong things, they have the wrong activities, just like the 06, 7, 8 meltdown there. What happened to the big companies? They were too big to fail, we were told. They gave all of our taxpayer dollars, they bailed them all out. And then now you got a situation where the big banks, I don't have to say their names, but they bought all the best real estate on all the corners of the main intersections in the big cities and the small towns. And then now for the unsuspecting business owner or even just a citizen, they walk into those big banks and they think that's the best deal, that's going to be the best loan program, but that's not the case. Tell them a little about how you work as a broker. You're able to broker to a lot of different lenders, as you mentioned.
Yeah, so on the business side, for business owners, I have all the relationships. That's the whole key. I've done all the homework for them.
Yep.
I have all the relationships, and so when I can send out one email to 50 people that know me and that like me, it's a lot easier than them going in from bank to bank to bank to bank to find out, or lender to lender to find out who has the cheapest money.
Yeah.
So, that's the advantage on the business side. Plus there's business lines of credit. If clients just need $100,000, I know the cheapest way for them to get it. So it's just a wide range of people that need different amounts of money for different things. And I just use all my relationships that I've been able to build over almost 30 years in lending to be able to find the best deal.
Yeah, I love that. We're talking with Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, Keller Williams Realty. And let's talk about some good news. So Secretary Bessent was recently on CNBC, and he talked about the economy and 2026, the prospects for 2026. Let's play this clip.
It's been a great year on the economy, but the best is yet to come. The tens of trillions of dollars that have come in investment, but you also insisted on the 4 benefits for working people: no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. So as a result, in 2026, we are going to see very substantial tax refunds in the first quarter. So the best way to address the affordability crisis is to give Americans more money in their pockets, which is what this bill has done.
Oh, that's interesting. Anthony Chan is an economist, and he joins me now. You get all those tax rebates early next year. That's highly...
Yeah, so the Economist, of course, echoes that sentiment. But yeah, a lot of people don't realize, the big, beautiful bill, a lot of the positives in there, the deregulation, a lot of the incentives, that hasn't even taken effect yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, Trump is a businessman, and his goal is to put more money back into the American pockets. I mean, it's been that way, since the campaign. That's what his goal is. One of his goals are. So I think it's great that he's coming up with all these new programs.
Yeah.
I think it's going to put more money in people's pockets. I'm excited to see what we have going, 2026 and what he's able to do.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a win. I think it's going to be a big winner. Then also just specifically in Florida, if you look at Florida, you look at Tampa Bay, we've got a movement in the state of Florida to eliminate property taxes. It's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. You also have Progressive Insurance, for example, $1 billion back to their policyholders. It's rumored that many others are going to follow suit. So you got insurance is getting better. The prospect of eliminating, or maybe we compromise and it just ends up being a significant reduction in property taxes. And again, we're talking about primary residences. We're not talking about Airbnbs, investors, commercial, vacant land, all those different property types. We're talking about primary residents. We want to take care of the widow that had lost her husband to a disease or a military situation where maybe he got taken by some type of a war situation. But we want to take care of the Floridians because it's not their fault. It's not our fault that our property values are increasing tremendously because we're the number one state in all these different categories. We're number one economy in the state or in the country, number one state economy in the United States for like third or fourth year in a row. We've got the lowest number of state workers per capita, lowest debt per capita, second lowest in spending, no income tax. We got number one public education system in the nation, lowest in state tuition, universal school choice, law and order policies, number one for new business formations as well, which is another key factor. But then you also have Mandami being elected in New York. So I think there's going to be a tremendous amount of activity in Florida for all those different reasons and more, Andrew.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. It's definitely going to be a seller's market instead of a buyer's market as people move down. I just came down. My brother was in New Jersey, and he just moved down to Sarasota, for that main reason, taxes and everything that's going on. So, it's going to be an influx of people. It's going to definitely, help the economy here, and why not be in Florida? A great place to live and grow a family and be in business.
That's right. And there's no sunshine tax here in Florida. So, all right, quick break. Right back. More with Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk about that and more coming up here. Also, later on in the program, Jennie Restrepo joins us from Insured Title Agency, and we'll discuss the real estate industry with her as well. Consumer Quarterback Show online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my good friend Brandon Rimes. Stay tuned.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Did you know that we buy houses cash? We can close quickly for a all-cash offer on your real estate properties, residential, commercial, even vacant land. We'll buy your property cash. No cleaning, no showings, and no hassles. You can even possibly stay in your home post-closing. Call Brandon at 813-917-1894. Submit the email at consumerqb.com or call 813-917-1894. consumerqb.com. We buy houses cash and fast. Attention business owners, did you know we have 100% financing options available? Our no money down program offers 100% financing for business owners. If you are currently leasing your commercial space, you can purchase real estate for no money down. Additionally, the program offers money for working capital, equipment, and business fixtures. You can even pay off current business debt. Reach out at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. And that is our 100% financing, no money down program for business owners. We would love to help you buying, selling, or investing in real estate. 813-917-1894. BRimes at kw.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, the official Pinellas County restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Say hello to Doug Clark, chef and owner Doug Clark, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Ours Creole Smokehouse, 310 East Tarpon Avenue, Tarpon Springs, ourscreole.com. Excellent food, wonderful ambiance. Say hello to our friend Doug Clark. If you're facing an insurance claim, don't just trust the insurance company to have your best interests at heart. This is Brandon Rimes, Consumer Quarterback Show. Reach out to rightwaypa.com, our friend Derek Coble at rightwaypa.com. Looking to level up your sales game? With 20-plus years of coaching experience spanning across several industries, Lindsay Rimes helps everyone from entry-level reps to seasoned business owners boost sales, improve work-life balance, and retain top talent with customized options catered to personal, group, or corporate settings. Brandon and Lindsay Rimes offer training on negotiation strategy, business development, and more. Let's grow your business together. Call 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Submit an email at consumerqb.com.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
Hey, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty, Andrew Kube in studio with us, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. He's online at uscbcapital.com. You can also find all of our experts at consumerqb.com. A couple of hot listings. We'll jump right back into it. 7991 Lake James Boulevard in Lakeland, Florida. Had a major price reduction on this property. Owner is motivated. We got a 323, 1890 square feet, just under quarter-acre lot. You got a 55-plus gated community here. And a great opportunity to buy real estate. Lighter color, kitchen cabinetry and granite countertop there. Stainless steel appliances, large community pool, and a nice curb appeal on this beautiful home. Newer build, newer construction. Great opportunity to buy real estate. Now, the amenities also, you have a heated pool, fitness center, clubhouse, library, and game rooms, as well as outdoor activities like shuffleboard, bocce ball, and horseshoes. Check out 7991 Lake James Boulevard, Lakeland, Florida. Another beautiful listing from the Platinum MVP team. All right, we have 17942 Augie Lane, Hudson, Florida. This one is over an acre of land. You got 1.21 acres, ideally situated with no rear neighbors, no CDD fees, low HOA fees, just under $150 a year. And you have nearby attractions also. Crystal clear waters of Weeki Wachee, Florida. This is a great opportunity to buy some land and buy some dirt and build that dream home for your family. Nice common area there as well. Looks like you've got some basketball courts, tennis and basketball courts. Nice little hangout area there. Playground. Check out all of our listings and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. See all of our radio, TV show expert contributors and all of our previous shows or our recent previous shows at consumerqb.com. All right, Andrew Kube, let's bring it all together here. U.S. Commercial Business Capital, been in business for a long time, helping a lot of people. Let's kind of give a quick summary for everybody.
Yeah, so if you're out there and you're a business owner and you're looking to grow your business, I would be a great person for you to call to help you do that. Get you the cheapest money that you can to buy real estate, to buy equipment, vehicles, really whatever you need. And then on the other side of the business, if you're a real estate investor and you want to invest in residential or commercial real estate, we have all the lenders that do that. And so we have banking relationships, credit union relationships, lender relationships, private lender relationships, family office money relationships. Sometimes I do get people that want me to find them equity and debt. So they're looking for the right partner to grow their business. So, if we can help you in any way, please reach out to the show and reach out to Brandon. There's a lot of property out there for business owners and investors to buy. But if you're a business owner, I think it's time to probably look into buying property for your business, growing a legacy for you and your family instead of someone else's, and grow your business to sell it or leave a legacy for your kids.
Yeah, design that exit plan. Too many people get to that end of that road and they don't have that exit plan in place, and your exit strategy should be and could be owning the business, owning the land, owning the building. That way you're building up true equity and not just a list of, a book of business. You have actual bricks and mortar there. Andrew Kube, U.S. Commercial and Business Capital. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right. Coming up, we've got Jennie Restrepo joining us, Insured Title Agency. We're going to talk with her about the industry, what she's seeing out there. Title fraud's a big deal still. And then also we have that free property fraud alert. We'll give a consumer tip about that here on the program. Follow us online. We'd love to connect at Brandon Rimes 1 at CQB Show. And please subscribe to our Rumble and YouTube channels, Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rimes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back, Consumer Quarterback Show. We are joined in studio by Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency, and we're going to talk with her about some recent stories in the news. East Polk County Realtor Board CEO arrested. We'll talk about that. We also have free property fraud alert, kind of a tip for homeowners out there, property owners, and also homestead exemptions. We'll give a reminder about that. If you close in this fiscal year, you have to file your homestead before March 1st. So we'll talk about those stories and more on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams Realty. Got a listing here at 12255 North US Highway 27 in Ocala, Florida. We got vacant land for sale. We got about a dozen or so vacant parcels of land, residential, commercial properties. Reach out. We'd love to talk to you. This one's 3 acres of land on Highway 27 in Ocala, Florida. And you're up in horse country there. This is a country area. You're close to the prestigious Golden Ocala Country Club. Just around the corner, you got moments away from the renowned world of the Equestrian Center. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. This one's in Ocala, Florida. A lot of vacant land for sale. We got a dozen other parcels of land as well. So we'd love to talk to you about that. 12941 Wildflower Meadow Drive in Riverview. This is another Riverview listing, and I believe we've got 2 properties in Triple Creek now. Yeah, we got a couple listings over there. This one's in Triple Creek as well. It's a vibrant Riverview community with 990 acres of planned development. Check out 12941 Wildflower Meadow Drive. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 2949 square feet. And a great opportunity to buy real estate. Beautiful property here. You've got the dark cherry wood cabinetry, stainless steel appliances, lighter colored tile flooring, beautiful curb appeal. And check out the common areas, the elements there. You've got all these different amenities, including pools, fitness center, playground, walking trails, and more. 12941 Wildflower Meadow Drive, another one of our real estate listings. Great opportunity to buy real estate. And you can see all of our listings at Platinum MVP Team. .kw.com. You can search the MLS there. See all of our radio, TV show experts at consumerqb.com. All right, quick shout out to Satellite Phone Store as well. Satellite phones come in handy, and especially in emergency situations. Maybe you're out 40, 50 miles on the boat. You get into a situation where your engine is not running, or you have emergency situations. Sat123.com/REQB. Make sure you use that code RE like real estate, QB like quarterback. Sat123.com/REQB. Satellite Phone Store, longtime friends of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and also Patriot Mobile, America's only Christian conservative wireless provider. Use Consumer Quarterback Show. Consumer QB is the code there. PatriotMobile.com/Consumer QB. PatriotMobile.com/Consumer QB for our partner, Patriot Mobile, mobilizing freedom. All right, let's go back here in studio. We got Jennie Restrepo, and she is our real estate expert contributor and title insurance expert contributor. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me once again. Happy to be back.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so what's new in your world? How are things going?
I mean, things are going great. We're looking to end out the year with a bang, obviously staying on our crusade to thwart title fraud in the Tampa Bay area. So doing the most, like coming on shows like the Consumer Quarterback, to just make sure that the public is aware and knows what's going on and how to protect your homestead and how to protect your title so that you don't become a victim of title theft.
Yeah, because it's pretty rampant out there, especially, certain types of properties are going to be a little bit more at risk than others, right, Jennie?
No. And so that would be a common misconception. Every property is at risk.
Well, I mean, vacant land is an easy target for people.
So
right?
Vacant land is an easy target for people that are trying to list it fraudulently, proclaim to be the seller, because there's not a house to enter, there's not an inspection that needs to be done. And so we've seen a lot of fraudulent attempts at listing. So calling the Consumer QB Consumer QB team
Yeah.
and wanting to list a vacant land and not being the right person.
Yeah.
And so we have a system in place now at Insured Title Agency where we stop those right away.
Yeah.
So we encourage all of our agent partners, as soon as you have that call, as soon as you have that listing agreement, send us over the address, let us do our due diligence to ensure that you are dealing with the correct seller. Don't wait till you've already marketed it, already got it under contract with a buyer, and now we're unraveling things. Because oftentimes with title, we don't know all of the details until we see the contract. But the contract, the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So listings, we work with the Consumer QB team, the Platinum MVP Realty team. They send us their listings, and we start the research process right from day one.
Yeah.
And that way, if there's something to know, not just if it's someone fraudulent, but if there's liens against the property, if there's code enforcement violations, if there's money due to the HOA, all of these things could affect your timeliness of closing.
Yep.
So the sooner you know, the better. So we like to work ahead, work smarter, not harder.
Proactive. Yeah. That's
Correct.
right.
And that way, no one's having their time wasted. You're not wasting your time listing and marketing a property. You're not getting a buyer under contract that's now spending money and getting surveys and things like that done, and just to find out that we don't have all the right players.
Yeah.
So we try to make sure that we're working ahead. But going back to which properties are most susceptible, you can live in your home. It can be your primary residence. You can have a mortgage on that home. You can have homeowner's insurance. All of these things can be true, and someone can still come in and attempt to steal the title of your property. And at the end of the day, that's not what they want. They don't want to have their name on your property.
Right.
What they want is the ability to sell your home to an unsuspecting third party or leverage your home.
Yep.
And even if you have a mortgage, we've seen them record fake satisfactions of mortgage.
Yep.
And then you give it about 30 days, no one's paying attention, no one knows what's happening. They can then go out and shop it to multiple mortgage companies, get a cash out refinance on your property, take that money and saddle you with this additional debt.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Matt Cox was on this show. You've seen him probably on TV by now. He's making a lot of money, I suspect, from different TV shows. And
well, he's not allowed to profit from his crimes, so he had to pay a pretty heavy restitution bill. So I don't know the details or the ins and outs of that, but I think he's still got money to tick
he's still
down.
Paying back. Well, that's like I think about the Wolf of Wall Street too. This guy Jordan Belfort, right?
Yes.
He's all over the place too. These guys. He did that crazy movie. If you haven't seen that movie,
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, you might be living under a rock, but the story's amazing and it's elaborate, and it's Leonardo DiCaprio playing that. But these people, they've been through it. They see it firsthand, and then they come clean and they say, hey, here's what we did. Here's how we did it. And then, the idea is, to pay restitution. I wonder how much of that actually gets paid back and, how that all works out. But anyways, so it's easy to steal somebody's title.
It's super easy, and in the digital age, it's easier than ever. I mean, in Matt Cox's days, he even said you had to have a human person go to the title company to get the check. Nowadays, we can do everything remotely. You can have money wired. Wire fraud is part of the theft that happens in a real estate transaction. So as we get things more online, which is most oftentimes more convenient, then there's more ways that fraud can be committed. So you have to remain super diligent in paying attention to every single step of the process and staying ahead of it.
Let me ask you a question. Are you or any title companies doing closings via a Zoom or a Google Meet or anything like that, like a remote closing? And if so, what are the precautions?
Sure. I mean, it is legal to do a RON closing, so a remote online notary.
Yeah.
That is an acceptable legal practice. It's not something that we often do. We would rather send an actual person, a notary, to you wherever you are.
Right.
And it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We can get that taken care of. There's certain countries, there's something called the Hague Treaty, where their notaries that are recognized in their countries are also recognized as legal notaries in our country for the purposes of notarizing specific types of documents. Mm-hmm. So that's an option, and it just depends. Or you can make an appointment at an embassy in a foreign country, and you go to the American Embassy and you have a notary at the American Embassy notarize all of the documents. But one way that Insured Title Agency stays ahead of this is we assign the notary. So it is a legally accepted practice for a seller to receive the documents and obtain a notary. You can go to the bank. I mean, honestly, you can go to a UPS store and have something notarized. That is legally acceptable, but fraudulently creating a notary stamp and all of that, it's too easy. And so one of our safeguards is we will assign the notary from a reputable company that we've worked with. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good to hear. If you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency, insured-title.com. And I'm your host, Brandon Rimes, and she is the Director of Marketing. So we were talking a little bit about the East Polk County Realtor Board. The CEO was arrested. What did she do? She embezzled some money, stole some money from the general fund?
So the allegations are, because she will stand trial, so allegedly she was stealing money for personal gain, for personal items, and that was association money. That was not money that was attributed to her salary.
Was she going to the clubs and stuff on the realtor dime?
Well, I highly encourage you to listen to Grady Judd's entire press conference because they do go into a little bit of detail. I feel like he stated during that press conference that maybe she was buying beauty products or something like that. But yes, she was misappropriating funds. And
her glamour shots looked a lot better than that police mug shot.
I mean, I feel like you look good on the day you're taking your pictures versus the day you're getting arrested. That was a little shady. But yes, I mean, unfortunately, that was happening. And per the allegations, it was happening for quite some time. And the board oversight that is supposed to be there to ensure transparency and to ensure, fiscal responsibility just wasn't in place per the allegations.
Yeah, per the allegations. I like that. So that's a crazy story. You see that happening. I wonder how much, those types of frauds happen. And let's talk about some of the other frauds that you've uncovered, because over the kind of end of the year, over the year, we've talked about several cases.
Yes.
There was a couple local guys. One was doing like a flip scheme on the beaches, if I recall. There was another straw buyer scheme. Can you recap some of those for us? Do you remember?
2025, the year in fraud.
The year in review.
The year in review. How much fraud have we thwarted? Well, multiple times there have been unsuspecting owners of vacant land or even of homes where someone tried to step in and assert that this person was the correct seller and sell those properties. So of all of those, it's millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And that's just with Insured Title Agency. Like, my stories are coming straight from the office, straight from our books. We are not the only title company in Tampa Bay or in the state of Florida. And it is like an everyday, down to the minute, we have to be on our game. We're getting notifications from our underwriters all the time of frauds that have been attempted at other title companies. But then for the few that get through because they're just that good at it, in those situations, it could cost homeowners hundreds of thousands of dollars, because not just restoring the title of your home, but then you also potentially have to hire a real estate attorney. So you have to pay money to unwind a crime that's being done to you.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I know. And there's an easy solution. It's called Free Property Fraud Alert.
Yes.
The owners can go to whatever county they're in. I believe it's all 67 counties now have to have this. So you simply type in Free Property Fraud Alert, and then that's going to bring you to a page, and you'll notice it's on your county's particular pages there.
Yes.
And then you put in your phone number. We recommend putting in the phone number, not just an email, because emails can go to spam. But then it's going to text me. What am I going to see, Jennie, when I get that text?
Well, you yourself had one, Brandon.
I did.
Remember? So I think you guys, you were having a fence installed or something?
Oh yeah, we did a HELOC or something. Yeah.
Exactly. So anything that gets recorded in the county in your name, you'll get a text alert. So you have to opt into text, but we all know that an email can get lost in the junk file or in the mix of all of the things.
Yep.
A text is more likely to just pop up on your phone, and that way you won't miss it. So what you're going to get is a simple notification. It says, hey, property fraud alert, something new's been recorded, and it gives you a link. Okay, so you now click the link, and it will take you to a landing page, and the landing page on the web will show you more details, and it will give you a document number. Yeah. That document number is associated to something that's been filed with your county clerk's office. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if it's Hillsborough County, you're going to see, go to Hills Clerk, look up official records, type in the document number, and you'll see exactly what's been recorded. Yeah. So, for example, if you are having a fence installed, if you're having a new roof put on, you may see a notice of commencement. You'll get a notification of that. If somebody tries to record a fake satisfaction of mortgage, you would get a notification for that. If somebody tries to record a fake deed, transferring ownership from you to a fake entity, a fake name, or even their government name, which has happened, you'll get a notification. And so the fastest way to unwind this crime before any true damage is done is finding out right away.
Yeah,
because step 1 is recording the fake documents. Step 2 requires a little bit of seasoning time in order for them to then be able to try to refinance it, sell it, etc. So the sooner that you know that this is happening, the sooner you can get it unwound, or at a very minimum put basically a freeze on your title so nothing new can happen until you have a chance to fix it.
Great public service announcement there. Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency, Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick break, right back. Feel-good story of the day. 2 people from Minnesota who met in the hospital after waking up from comas are getting married. Feel-good story of the day coming up. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com.
Tired of long lines at the airport? Check out Tampa Bay's premier private jet source. I'm Brandon Rimes for Will Smith Aviation. Aircraft management, acquisition, and sales, luxury jet escapes, and packages. Check them out online. WillSmithAviation.com. That's WillSmithAviation.com. Or call the show. I'll put you right in touch directly with Captain Will Smith. AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com for all of your non-woke, American-made products. American values, Christian, conservative American values. Say hello to my business partner, Jim McCune at AmericaFirstPatriotStore.com. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Say hello to Shane Socash, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4009 Central Avenue, St. Petersburg, online at David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com for all of your precious metals and jewelry design. David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin.com. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for Jason Coble, owner of Coble Law. Coble Law has been handling injury cases in Tampa for the past 14 years and has a specialized approach focused on limiting client cost and maximizing client profit. TampaWorkCompLaw.com, TampaWorkCompLaw.com. Jason Coble, longtime friend of the Consumer Quarterback Show, personal injury law, and work comp law. Hey, Brandon Rimes here for our friends at TargetSurveying.net for all of your surveying needs. Land surveying firm providing services for real estate since 1992, and they are statewide. Check them out online, TargetSurveying.net. That's TargetSurveying.net. Selling commercial, vacant land, or residential properties? Don't leave money on the table. List with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. I'm Brandon Rimes. You can reach me at 813-917-1894. Call or text 813-917-1894. Online at consumerqb.com. That's consumerqb, like quarterback.com. Buying, selling, investing, or refinancing? We would love to talk to you. Thank you so much and have a blessed day.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-917-1894.
All right, welcome back. Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP team. Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency in studio, and I'm your host, Brandon Rimes. We're going to talk about our feel-good story of the day. Find out from 2 Minnesotans who were in the hospital after waking up from comas. Now they're getting married. Feel-good story coming up on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Let's look at a listing here. We've got Weeki Wachee Marina for sale. This one's 7154 Shoreline Boulevard in Weeki Wachee, Florida. Buy a business, buy some dirt, buy a building. and a great opportunity for a real estate investment. You got 3/4 of an acre lot here, well-established waterfront business. You have direct access to the Weeki Wachee River and the Gulf. You also have a spacious retail building offering fishing and boating supplies, on-site ice machine, upstairs living space that could be a site for a on-site manager or maybe an extra rental, short-term rental potentially. You also have an authorized Suzuki servicer with established motor repair business, long-standing team in place for service and repair operations, ensuring a seamless transition. 7154 Shoreline Boulevard. Yes, we have the Weeki Wachee Marina for sale. Commercial property, just over $3 million. Great opportunity to buy real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings and search the MLS at platinummvpteam.kw.com. You see all of our radio, TV show expert contributors at consumerqb.com.
This is God's country. Tell me something good.
All right, so here's our feel-good story. Zach and Isabel first met under dire circumstances, both in comas at the same Minnesota hospital after separate accidents. Their mothers bonded then though Zach regained consciousness first and Isabel followed, the two only reconnected years later after a reunion arranged by their families. What began as a tragic coincidence turned into something extraordinary. After a year of dating, Zach proposed to Isabel in the same hospital where they both once lay unconscious. Today, they're life
That's
partners
romantic.
in life, a story of survival, love, and second chances. Yeah, the reception was in the lunchroom cafeteria.
Stop.
So. But there you have it. Feel good story of the day.
Hey, finding love wherever you can.
Yeah, they got good Jello there too. I hear the carrot cake. Oh man. Yeah, there you go.
They're starting a new singles club that meets in the chapel.
Yeah, they just forgot where it's at. And
They
when
remember who each other are.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting story. So we like our feel good stories every now and then.
For sure.
There's some good ones that come around. All right, so Tampa Bay is seeing an uptick in foreclosures, Jenny.
Tampa Bay is topping out as having national attention for our foreclosure rate, which obviously is not a good number that we want to claim. And so when it comes to foreclosures, I think also, just as we talked about title fraud and protecting your title, there's a lot of misconceptions out there. And the biggest one is, in order for a foreclosure action to begin, you will be served with a document called lis pendens. That's essentially the notice from the person you owe the money to, so it could be your mortgage company, that money is due and they are now invoking the courts. So it's called lis pendens. That's step number 1. But there's a lot of space in the in-between that just because you've been served with a lis pendens does not mean that all hope is lost and that your home will be foreclosed on. It is something that, here's my biggest thing, do not ignore it.
Yeah.
Do not ignore it. A lot of times, don't get that letter in the mail and know it's bad news and leave it sealed and not read what it says, okay? Because you are now on notice that a foreclosure proceeding is happening.
Yeah,
but
whether you sign for it or not. And here's the
Right.
number, too. I just looked it up. It's Florida had the worst foreclosure rate in the entire country, with 1 in every 1,829 housing units getting a foreclosure notice.
Which is that is a terrible number, and I think that there is room where that number could have been improved on the consumer side with just a little bit of education.
Yeah.
And so, to end out my time today, I want to highly encourage you to contact the Consumer QB show, contact the MVP Realty team. If you have been served with lis pendens, all hope is not lost. If you have equity in that home, that belongs to you. It is your house until it is not. And do not let it go into foreclosure just because you owe $14,000 to your HOA
Yep.
or you put solar panels on the roof. If there is something that can be done to help you, Brandon Rimes, Insured Title Agency, we are here to help you at least get the equity out of your home.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't make those $1,000 mistakes, multi-$1,000 mistakes.
Yes.
Jennie Restrepo, Insured Title Agency, thanks for coming in. Insured-Title.com.
That's us.
Andrew Kube on the front end, USCBcapital.com, and ConsumerQB.com, of course, for all of our radio, TV show expert contributors. We want to say thank you for listening and tuning in, supporting the show, and please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. And we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Call Brandon Rimes at 813-917-1894. That's 813-917-1894. Online at ConsumerQB.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.